For the past few years, there were many times in my life where I felt sad and lonely. Sometimes it was me laying in bed watching YouTube videos for comfort, and other times I felt the loneliest when I was around many people. But I remember there was a moment in my life that changed my perspective on this. I am at a university dorm party. Loud music is playing, people are dancing, talking, drinking, and I know most of the people there by name. But this time I'm feeling a bit too shy and closed off. So I can't figure out what to do with myself. I check my phone, I walk around, I try entering a group circle, but they were talking about a topic that I don't really know much about, so I couldn't really add much to the conversation. Everybody seems a bit too busy to notice me. Then a wave of sadness comes over me, and the voices in my head say, "No one cares about you." I hold back my tears, I go back to my room, I close the door, and the tears just start falling. I cry so much that my nose is stuffed, my pillow is wet, and I put on some YouTube videos and eventually fall asleep. The next day I wake up, my eyes are puffy, and I still feel the sadness from what happened yesterday, but also my stomach feels empty. So I quickly make some breakfast and tea and decide to grab my notebook and go outside to the shared patio. Nobody's here this early in the morning, and the air feels crisp, so I sit down and write a journal entry. I keep writing and take occasional sips of my tea, and I notice that the sun started to shine on my side of the table. I pause, I look at the clouds, and this is nice. I like being here by myself. At that moment, I didn't feel lonely. I felt okay. Being alone and feeling lonely are two different things. You can be alone without feeling lonely and vice versa. But for me, learning to be alone and enjoy my own company helped me feel less lonely. So maybe it will help you too. First and foremost, I started doing the things I want to do by myself. At the time, I was often waiting for people to go do something with. And oftentimes, it's not that they don't want to hang out, but they just genuinely have other plans. So instead of waiting for people to show up or plan things with, I go do them by myself. First, it was small, just going on a walk without the intention of inviting anybody else. Or maybe watching a movie. For me, movies feel like a big commitment of time, so I do prefer watching it with other people, but sometimes I do it by myself too. So I just shifted my mindset to, I'm just gonna do it. Little by little, I grew more comfortable doing things on my own, like going to a cafe or traveling and exploring new cities. Sometimes I ask my friends to join and sometimes I don't. The second thing that helps me is having a hobby. Having a hobby in general is a great way to spend your time. It could be something creative or it could be an activity. Hobbies can provide a healthy escape and a meaningful way to invest in yourself, which can make loneliness a bit less overwhelming and more manageable. One of my hobbies is making videos. I mean, I'm still debating whether or not I can make this a full-time thing, or if it's sustainable, but when I'm solo traveling, this is a great way to make my trip more interesting. And I also recently picked up painting. I think it's quite rewarding to see a blank canvas come to life. Plus, it is a way where you can potentially meet new people. I don't think I had success with that yet, but maybe at some point, if I join a pottery class or something like that, there's always a chance. Last but not least, loneliness just sucks. People are not meant to do things alone. We do things better with other people. So feeling lonely is just the same as feeling hungry. We do need other people, but sometimes it's just not that easy. So everybody feels lonely sometimes, and that's okay. The present me still struggles with loneliness, but it seems a little bit less difficult than it used to be. I do have amazing friends, but most of them live far away. I have to plan to meet them, and they just have busy lives. They have jobs, partners, and other friends. Right now, I'm living with my dad, working on passion projects, so it can get a little bit isolating. To celebrate the New Year's, I wanted to do something fun. I asked my friends if they had any plans already, and all of them said yes. So I made my own plans. Since the flights to Stockholm are pretty cheap from Latvia, I decided to go there. I didn't really make any plans. I ate a lot of pastries, I walked around, I looked for ugly postcards, and I did the subway tour. And same for the New Year's Eve. I really didn't know what I'm gonna do. I want to look at the fireworks, but also I was ready to just go to bed early if I don't feel like going outside by myself. The hostel I'm staying at is full of people, and many Germans for some reason. I was nervous, but I decided to spark up conversations with people. And somehow I started talking to these two French girls, and they invited me to join to watch the fireworks with them. And then we're joined by two Australian guys and one girl from Dortmund, and we all together go and watch the fireworks. It was incredibly snowy, and we barely found a decent spot to see them, because everybody has the same plans for New Year's. But it was just what I needed. an unexpected adventure with strangers I just met. And then the next morning, I randomly joined 3 other people from the hostel to have some breakfast. Again, I barely knew these people, but we talked about a bunch of topics and had quite thoughtful conversations. In a way, because I felt comfortable being on my own, I was also open to meeting new people. I wouldn't say we became good friends, but it shows how easy it is to just connect with strangers. And we shared some lovely moments together. I hope this video helps someone somehow. Loneliness is difficult, and remember that you're not alone feeling this way. Before I go, I want to share the ugly postcard I bought. I was kind of struggling to find one in Stockholm. I mean, there were a couple great contenders, but not really what I was looking for. So I bought a postcard that I actually like, and here it is. I think it looks quite nice.